Hi there, it's Nicole for Simon Says Stamp, and today I have a snowflake border inlay card showcasing the brand new January 2017 card kit. And I have included only one really additional product, and that is the Simon Says Stamp Northern Lights Snowflakes border die. Everything else is from the January card kit. I'm going to take some of the cream cardstock, cut it in half lengthwise to create a top fold card base. I'm going to use a score pal here to score that in half. Use a bone folder to make a really nice crease at the top. And then I'm going to take some of the new cornflower blue cardstock included in this kit. This is a new color for Simon Says Stamp. It is a gorgeous blue color, and I'm going to create an A2 sized rectangle from this. So 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches. And this is going to be the front panel of my card, and I'm actually going to use the whole thing, but I am going to die cut this snowflake border. This is the exclusive Northern Lights Snowflakes border die from the bottom. I thought it coordinated so well with the stamp set included in the January card kit and would play really well together and create a nice inlay style for this card. So I'm going to tape it in place with a little post-it tape and run it back and forth through my Big Shot a few times. This border is really intricate, so you may need to make sure that it die cuts really well. I had to run it through a few times just to kind of make sure that I got a really clean die cut, because I need all of the pieces except for any of those little things. I need that top panel, the bottom one, and even the snowflake and little decorative border. All those other little teeny tiny pieces, I am not going to even mess with those. That's way too much inlay for me. So I'm just going to discard all of that. But I'm going to go ahead and pop all of those little pieces out. You could even die cut this from a contrasting color of cardstock or paper and inlay it in this design if you wanted to. I'm going to show you how I added a little bit of shimmer and kind of changed the color a little bit to this exact border when I get a little further into creating my card. So I'm going to start with my top and bottom borders here, and with these I'm going to stamp a greeting from the stamp set included in the kit. Gorgeous stamp set with wonderful sentiments. I absolutely love the greeting I'm using here, and I did start with the greeting because I wanted to build around it. The greeting reads, "When it snows, you have two choices, shovel or make snow angels." I am using the Delicata ink included in the kit as well, and then sprinkling it with some white embossing powder I had in my stash. From the greeting, I am going to start building my snowflake pattern all around this. So I've got my snowflake die cut border, and then I'm stamping and embossing some additional snowflakes to make my panel very much look like a winter snowy scene. This Delicata ink is a pigment ink, so it's great for embossing. It adds a little bit of shimmer, and if you were going for a little bit more of a subtle look, you could definitely leave it as is. I wanted my snowflakes to really pop, so I'm going to go ahead and emboss them with white embossing powder. Sorry, my head got in the way. I wanted to make sure. I had to kind of stamp that little design twice. I didn't get it stamped very well the first time. I could really see where I'd been, so I didn't have to sprinkle the embossing powder after each stamped image like I sometimes have to. But I did go ahead and add it, and then I decided I needed a few more snowflakes. I just think they're so pretty. Beautiful designs. I'm going to add a couple more small ones. Especially make sure that they go off the edges of the design so it doesn't feel like everything is just kind of floating in outer space. By stamping off the edge of the background, it really grounds the whole design. I'm going to sprinkle on that white embossing powder and then heat both of the panels. I like to hit the heat tool to the front where the embossing is, and then the back helps with minimizing some warping. I'll do that for both the top and bottom panels. Got a little embossing powder I need to get off of my work surface. And then I think I'm going to back this with a little piece of vellum from the kit, and then I'm taking that Delicata ink and just pressing it onto my die cut border. I'm going to hold that with some little clip, a tool so that I can heat emboss that and dry the ink so that it doesn't transfer everywhere. But that's going to give that die cut border a shimmery look. It's not going to totally change the color of it, but it's going to change it enough to make it kind of silvery looking, which I love. I'm going to adhere my trimmed down vellum, the lighter, the kind of blue-gray vellum included, or parchment paper from the kit, to my card base. Go ahead and attach my top panel, and then I'm going to use some liquid glue to attach the die cut panel, and then finally the bottom panel. That's going to ensure everything inlays and fits together perfectly. I'm going to dress up my snowflakes now and the background of my card with some of the awesome confetti and sequins included in the kit. These are going to dress up my snowflakes, add interest, add sparkle, just a really fun way to embellish your snowflakes and your card projects. I love these, and there's a lot included. So even though I used a bunch and layered a bunch of these on my card, I have a ton left over for more card projects with this card kit. I am using some bling glue dots to attach these. I love these. If you have heard me talk about this before, but I don't really like to use liquid adhesive with things like this very often. Sometimes you have to, but a lot of times when I don't have to, I like these because there is no liquid glue mess. They're fantastic for attaching little things like sequins and these snowflake confetti pieces. I'll go ahead and finish layering a few of these on, and you can see it just adds so much sparkle and fun to my background. Once I have these all kind of decorating my snowflakes, my background, I can go ahead and finish my card by stamping an additional greeting from the stamp set on the inside. And what I love is the greeting on the inside says, "I choose angels." So the greeting will read, "When it snows, you have two choices, shovel or make snow angels, and I choose angels." And I stamped that with some silver Delicata ink I had in my stash to finish up my card design. Thanks for joining me today for this winter-themed card showcasing the January 2017 Simon Says Stamp Card Kit. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.